Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. I'm Lorraine and today I am going to combine two different sets and some designer series paper to make this beautiful card for a very good friend. So I have used the Awash in Beauty designer series paper in behind, cut down to 5 1/4 by 4. I have used the Organic Beauty dies to create the lattice work piece here, and I've put it on adhesive paper so it's like a sticker, so it's really easy to put down. And I have used the Love for You set with the flowers and the leaves to create the die cuts for it. So I've used the Love for You stamps and the Love for You dies. So those are the two sets primarily that are in this card. I've also used Stylish Shapes, the second and the third largest circles. And again, we've got the dies from the Love for You set. So I'm just going to move the dies out of the way so I've got room to work. The colors I've used are So Saffron for the centers of the flowers, Polished Pink for the background, Mary Merlot for the middles, and then for the leaves I've got Granny Apple Green in the background, and I've got Mossy Meadow as the detail. I've used a Granny Apple Green card base, and I used the greeting, You're a True Friend, from the True Beauty stamp set, and then I've just put it all together. So I've already done the die cutting in that because it can take just a little bit of time, and I thought I'd rather work on the card in the video than work on stamping and die cutting. So I'm just going to put the card off to the side so that I've got it for reference. Whoops, there's flying things everywhere here. So I've got my Granny Apple Green card base. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal to adhere that down, just flat mounted like so. And then I need to peel the backing off. Now the adhesive sheets come in 12 by 2 inch strips, but they come in a sheet with 3 strips together, so it's 6 inches by 12 inches. But what that means is you end up with strips on the back that you need to peel off. So there's 2 strips, and if you don't peel off the middle strip, that's okay too, because it's all going to adhere down. But you can just slowly just peel that off so it doesn't tear, and there you go. And what I like to do when I've got the whole thing sticky and I want to make sure I've got it going down correctly is I start at the top and then I make sure I'm lined up for the bottom, and then I can give it a bit of a push to put it down. So that's got the background done, and all that does is just give it a subtle diddle, just a little bit of a depth to the card. The You're a True Friend, I have indeed dimensionalized onto the card. The 2 layers are flat mounted, and then I dimensionalized. So I am going to use up some of my dimensionals from around the edge, and to do that I just snip. Just because the hexagon shapes are done doesn't mean that you can't use the bits at the edge. So I am all about using up everything I possibly can. So I am just going to use those edge pieces, pop them onto the circle here, and stick it down. Now on the demo card, I put it over this way a little bit. I think I might center it just a little bit, not completely centered, but just might push it over towards the left just a little bit. And you can obviously do this however you like, but I am going to pull it in, not quite in the center, but just a little bit further in than I did before. You can see it's kind of 2 fingers on this side, 1 finger on that side, whereas this one's really quite close. And then I just start layering up the flowers and the leaves. Now, when I used my scrap paper to create these, I ended up being a little bit close to the edge of the paper. But if you notice, one of these flowers is covered up with the leaves. So this flower is gonna go right there. So just because something doesn't quite go the way you thought it would, doesn't mean the world is over for that piece. You can still make it work. Now these, this is dimensionalized, so I'm just going to put a dimensional along the one edge, and then I'm going to pop it down. And this one can go like this. If you want to put some adhesive on the back of the flower, you can, and then just stick it down to the greeting there. So I'm going to take the other flower, and that's going to go up here. So I'm just going to put a dimensional just on the upper edge here, and then a little bit of adhesive right down here. There we go. Okay, so then I'm going to pop this right there like that. And then I put the little ones in. Again, these ones are actually going to stand up, proud of the other flowers. So I'm just going to put a dimensional on there like that. Keeping in mind, I want to tuck some of the flowers or some of the leaves underneath, so I need to have a little bit of room to do some tucking. And let's get the other flower going. And to do that, I'm actually going to use one of the smaller pieces here. You can use mini dimensionals, or you can cut your edge pieces to whatever size you want, whatever works for you. So we're going to add this on here, and this one goes here like this, just so we can still see the F in friend. And then we're going to take some mini dimensionals on the leaves, and we're just going to pop those in. We're going to pop one in like that, and then we're going to put another one in here like this, making sure we're not covering too much of the greeting up. Or we can even put it in like this if we want to. And again, you can do these in any color you want, whatever your favorite colorway is, your favorite designer series paper. These are a guideline, a kind of a template to see what can be done, and then you go right ahead and you make it however you want to make it. It's the joy of these, it's your creativity at the end of the day. So for the bling, I didn't have any bling that I liked that went with this. So I took my iridescent pearls and I colored them. I colored one with dark cherry cobbler and the other one with dark polished pink. And so all I'm doing is I'm taking them and I'm popping them down in pairs. And I had just done the one color to start with, and then I thought, you know, it just needs a little something something. So I went ahead and added the other bling. And now this one is more circled here. This is a bit lower, this is a bit higher. So I don't know that I need these ones here. I'm going to put them on just to see. It might balance things a little bit. So let's just put that on there like that. Oh, and that looks fine. You can use ribbon too if you've got it. But that is our You Are a True Friend card that I'm going to use as a thank you card, using the True Beauty set for the greeting and the organic dies for the background, the lattice work, using the Awash and Beauty designer series paper, and then using the Love for You stamps and dies to create the raised piece around the greeting. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.